Hello everyone, this is Jayla of Cartridge, and well, this is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. So, okay, let me tell you all a story of this lovely day, this lovely July Thursday, where I tried to record for 2 hours in the morning, and none of the game, not audio, none of the game, like the video, captured. And it was the most infuriating thing of my entire life, because I hadn't eaten yet, by the way, let me point this out. I woke up, and I had to do a couple of things, and I said, oh man, I'm gonna go record, and then I can eat. Because I was like, oh no, it's gonna be like an hour of recording, it'll be fine, I'll get a couple of videos done, I'll have it done for Friday, I'll have one done for Monday, and then I can record more next week, it'll be great. I'm not gonna have time this week, and I know that already. I did my first game, I didn't record the first time, and I said, okay. Maybe I made it mad. It's an early access game. Sometimes early access games are a little weird when it comes to doing recording. So I said, okay, I'll try it again. And then it didn't work again. And I was like, okay, this is fine. I'll just do another game that I know has worked in the past. And I did that. And it didn't work. And I was like, holy shit, I just did 2 videos worth of recordings for this game, and none of it caught. I am so upset right now. So I took a break, and I went to go eat because I was really hungry and I was really upset. And I did a little bit of research on the internet. I still have absolutely no idea why it did that. And to be completely honest with you, I tried a couple of things that I found. I use Bandicam to record, so does Jess, unless she's changed that and I'm not aware of it. We both use Bandicam. I've never had this problem before. If anything, it's always just been kind of... well, no, okay, maybe I can't remember ever having this problem, let's put it that way. The only problems I've had of this sort of thing are that I would try to open the game and, because of the way that the game opened its window, it wouldn't actually capture it, and it would just capture my desktop. That's happened maybe like 3 or 4 times at the very beginning of my recording, like, experience with Bandicam. Hasn't happened since it's worked perfectly this entire time. I have absolutely no idea what made it do this. I'm kind of upset about it, but I figured out a workaround, as you can see, because there's a video in front of you right now. I was doing the full screen recording, which had fixed it for a very long time because it was having trouble picking up certain games. Because Bandicam basically gives you a couple of options where you can do game recording, and it captures just the game window, or you can do a full screen recording, or like section of your screen recording, which is good if you have a game that doesn't go full screen and can only do a certain like window size. A lot of, for example, older RPG Maker games used to not really do full screen very well. Some of them could, but some of them didn't, and that was very useful for those types of games. I don't tend to see a lot of games that have that issue nowadays, but it's nice to have the option just in case. Also, it captures your desktop, so for example, you wanted to see your desktop in a recording, that's what you need. So yeah, I've ended up switching it back, and I'd been using that particular recording option for a while. Just the full screen recording, do that, load up the game, go. I guess I can't do that now? I don't know what changed, I don't know what I did or what happened that changed that ability. It might just be a temporary thing, it might be a permanent thing, who knows. So, apologies if in future videos audio kind of gets out of sync a little bit, or is a little bit out of sync because of the way that I'll have to be doing the audio syncing is going to be a little harder. It'll be a little bit further off, so I'll have to do a bit more, a bit more to get it to match up, but it will be okay. I will get it done, it'll be fine. Yeah, so this video of Crypt the NecroDancer was me trying to see if it worked, and I ended up hitting the daily because I said, screw it, why not? I wanted to play the daily anyway, and if it captured, I'd at least have a video. So this was kind of just me testing it without actually recording my voice because I was really tired and I'd just eaten, and I was just upset about everything. So it did end up working though, so it means I have a video to now record over. So usually this would be kind of just a regular, me doing a couple, doing like a run or two, doing like roguelike shit. Well, you'll see how far I get in the run, because I'll actually talk over the entire video. Because this actually just gives me a chance to kind of just chat about things, which I don't get to do very often when I record, because, recording means that for most games, at least, not all games, but for most games, it means that I have to devote a lot of brain capability to the game and playing the game and making sure that I'm not failing miserably at said game while recording. But being able to record the audio after the fact kind of gives me the ability to just talk a bit, which I you know, again, like I said, I don't get to do very often, so hey guys, how's it going? It's you know, the middle. I mean, I guess I can kind of date this video. It's towards the very end of July. I think this is the last Thursday in July. In fact, yeah, this is the last Thursday in July. I don't know why I had to think about that. I just had to kind of look at the date, which is kind of weird, but whatever. It's the last Thursday in July right now. It's hot as shit today. It's humid and hot, and I'm upset. It's actually not as hot as it has been, but it's hot enough that sitting in my room recording with the fan on very, very low so that, so that the audio doesn't pick up a lot, or doesn't pick up a lot in this audio recording, is kind of killing me a little bit slowly, but not as bad as if the fan was just off. That being said, I didn't want to risk the random fan noises in the background for the entire recording and having to do it again, so I said, suck it up, deal with it for the recording, it's fine. But yeah, I don't know, how are you guys? What interesting games have you... Like, this is weird because it's a one-sided conversation, but I would like to hear back from you guys. I like to interact with people that watch our videos. Jess does as well. I would presume she's never said to me otherwise, and every time we've kind of talked about it, we always get really excited when people kind of converse with us. It's part of why I kind of want to start streaming a little bit more, but because of the lag, it also makes it a little difficult. And having to check words, Jayla, check the chat. Yes, the chat while streaming and playing the game can sometimes be something that I forget to do if I'm, for example, playing a game like Overwatch, which is a game I often stream with. Personally, Jess will probably also join now that she's back in the United States. We're both on opposite ends as per usual during summer, but we are both back in the United States, as I believe Jess has said in some of her videos. Hi Jess, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I don't watch all your videos, but I care, I promise. But yeah, no, it's just a little more difficult, but having Jess back means that one of us can kind of focus more on playing, potentially, depending on the game, and one of us can focus more on kind of keeping an eye on the chat. The delay also makes it a little difficult sometimes, but it could be worse, honestly. I've definitely had experiences where the delay was much more than what it is using Twitch, so yeah, who knows, maybe we'll even try, like, no, we probably won't try the YouTube streaming, I won't make that promise. Maybe we will though, who knows. Well, we might give it a shot, we'll see. But yeah, it's been a summer. I've been home, spending time with family, playing video games. I guess what I'd like to hear from you guys is what sort of games have you been playing over the summer, or what kind of games have you been looking at over the summer? Because I know that E3, for example. Thanks, Jess, by the way, for getting me all up in E3's business. Like, I don't super keep track of it like she does, but I've definitely started paying more attention to it since I've become friends with Jess than I used to in the past. But yeah, was there anything that was shown at E3 or mentioned at E3 that kind of caught your interest? Are there any games that are coming out in the near future that you have been waiting for and are interested in, or are interested in? Are there games that came out recently that you guys were really excited for and have played and liked? Maybe you didn't like, maybe it didn't live up to your expectations. I'm very sorry if that was the case, because god, the letdown for that kind of stuff can be very real sometimes. But yeah, like, I want to hear about games you guys have been playing and are waiting for and things like that. It's, you know, it's a good conversation. I mean, considering you're sitting here watching me talk over a video of me playing Crypt the NecroDancer, you're probably interested in games, so I feel like that's a safe conversation topic. But I guess I wonder, well, what have I've recently, wow, I sent out a really awkward email the other day, and I feel like you guys might want to know this, to people that are part of, so basically at my university, Jess and I's university, there is a freshman orientation program, and I decided this year that I wanted to be part of it again. We were both part of it when we were going into our sophomore year, so that was not last year, but the year before that. Holy shit, we're old. And I sent out a really awkward email to my two partners for the for our orientation, for our freshman group, And I said, you know, like, hey, this is my name. I'm kind of really awkward. I didn't say I'm really awkward. I kind of said that, but I didn't say it in those words. But it was a very awkward email, and at one point in the email, I had to say, hey, I'm gonna be a senior. And as I typed that out, I had to stop and be like, holy shit, I'm gonna be a senior. And it was just this really weird moment of realization of, I'm a senior in college, at university. Holy shit, I'm not prepared. So that's been a fun thing to be thinking about lately. Well, it's fine. It's whatever. It's not whatever, but you know what I mean. It's fine. But yeah, games. What games? Oh, right. So, the past 2 weeks have been very interesting for me in terms of games. Because 2 games have come out that I've been rather looking forward to playing. One of them will very likely see a full series on the channel at some point, and that is, holy shit, I was gonna say the shortened version of the name that I've been saying to people, which is fine. So basically, we have plans, Jess and I have plans, that the 2 of us and a friend of ours, see if you can guess which friend it is, will be playing the Dream Daddy dad dating sim on the channel at some point in the coming future. Probably, it will be when we're all back at school. Hey, there's a hint for you, it's somebody that's at school with us. Take your guess, there's like one person. But it'll be the 3 of us playing the game. I have played 2 of the paths so far. I have successfully dated 2 of the dads in the game. If you'd like to take a guess at who those 2 dads are, you're welcome to do so. I'll probably say it at the end of this little bit about what we're going to try to do with this. So I've played 2 paths already, but I'm not going to play anymore because nobody has answered me as to what dads they want to play, or like what dad they want to try and date in like when we're recording. So I'm not going to play anymore because I don't want to see it and know what's going on while the other 2 don't, because that would be really boring, you know? The general things, like the first bit where nothing is super specific, I know, and that I don't think that's a big deal, but I'm not going to be playing it. I'm going to make one of the 2 of them play it, and I'm going to sit there and read and commentate, because that's how we do, and it's gonna be good to mix it up, and I think me not playing it myself will be a little nice as well. That being said, I don't know if we're doing it on my account or not, so that'll be interesting. Yeah. But yeah, so I've dated 2 dads in this game so far. And this is your last chance to make that guess before I say it, because I don't know why I'm doing it like this. This is a lot more talking than I thought I was gonna have to do. But it's fine. The worst part is I'm not even halfway done yet. This is the worst. Well, no, I'm about halfway done, I guess, because I'm a little less than halfway done. Spoilers, I made it to the end in this run. I was very proud of myself, actually, so that's pretty good for me, okay? Like, I don't usually... Well, no, I'm getting better at this game. Which is weird to say because I've had it for so long, but I am getting better at the game. I'm not great at it. I can't score very high in the dailies because I don't do any of, like, the crazy gold runs or anything like that. But I can make it to the end. Like, I can make it pretty far fairly often with sometimes pretty shit gear and like hearts and stuff, so I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I guess it's about time, considering I've played it's been like 140 hours I think is listed on Steam right now. It's been a while. Long story short, I played this game a lot, and I'm glad I'm getting better at it now. But yeah, so basically, back to the thing, I have dated 2 dads, and the 2 dads that I have dated in Dream Daddy, the dad dating sim, are Matt and Robert. And if any of you are my friends, shh, don't speak, it's fine. No, I'm just kidding. But it's really funny because I didn't know who I was going to try to date first in the game, which was just really weird. But it ended up, in my first playthrough, I ended up going for Matt because when you meet him, it's just, oh god, when you meet him, I was just like, you are so sweet and so nice, and I can't not do this now. Like, I hadn't decided at that point, but after I met him the first time in the game, I was like, okay, this has to be the thing. This is it, we're gonna do this. But no, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with some of the other dads in the game as well. It's so weird to say that. I was pleasantly surprised with some of them because I had kind of tried to guess what sort of personalities they'd have. Some of them were very different from what I had imagined, and not in a bad way. I don't think I dislike any of the dads. I think there's just some that I prefer, personally. And I don't know, that's just a really weird thing to say, but whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to playing this with Jess and our other it's Abby. I'm gonna say it eventually anyway, because I'm gonna slip up and not say it. So whatever. It's Abby. We've asked Abby to come and join us. I don't know if she'll be a permanent fixture, but we're going to try to get that to be the case, because I think Jess and I have talked about it, and we really think that Abby's going to enjoy the game as well. And I think that both of them will enjoy the game, having played a little bit of it myself. So yeah, that's one game that I've played recently. Not a lot compared to some other people. I've only played two of the full paths things for the, the two full things. But it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it, actually, and there were parts that were a lot more heartfelt and kind of just really serious than I thought they were going to be. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I didn't think the game was going to be all goofs and shit like that. But there was more depth than I was expecting, having seen I haven't seen a lot of dating games. What am I talking about? Having seen certain dating games and that sort of stuff, it was either going to be a lot of kind of funny shit, and I guess knowing it comes from the Game Grumps, I thought it was going to be a bit of a funnier take, even though I know that they are not they supported the project, and I think they're considered producers of the project, but it was not them that made the game. I know that, I understand that fact. I don't know, I just expected a bit. There was humor. There was a lot of humor. I expected it to be mostly humor. There was a lot more kind of solemn and heartfelt things that were touched on. That's what I'll say. That's the best way to summarize it. But yeah, so I'm excited to play that with Jess and Abby. I hope they're excited to play that with me as well. And I was recommended... Oh, well, I finished Little Nightmares, as you guys have all seen. My second attempts at recording today were to play the DLC, so I'm gonna have to play the first bit again, so I'm sorry if I'm not as surprised as you thought I would be. It's because I am playing the second half, or the first half of it for the second time, unfortunately. But that does also mean that I don't have to stumble as much on some of the puzzles as, holy shit, there was one that I didn't know what to do, and I was getting so upset, and then I was like, hold on, Jayla, think about this logically. Think about this with game logic, and then I figured it out, and it was okay. So yeah, I do apologize that I probably won't seem as surprised with some things as, expected, basically. It was an unfortunate thing, but I do really, really want to play the DLC for you guys. I want to play it. I think it'd be fun for you guys to see it as well, since I did play the original, I played Little Nightmares, the not DLC version. The not DLC version, the not DLC content. So... I did that wrong, because it's not DLC content. The C is for content, Jayla. Why are you an idiot? Basically, I played Little Nightmares, and I want to play the DLC. And I want to record it, so that's what's happening. So yeah, that was another thing. But also, Pyre came out this week. And for those of you that don't know, Pyre is a game from Supergiant. Who are the people that made Bastion and Transistor. Not Bastion from Overwatch, by the way. Bastion, like the game. Bastion and Transistor. I will say right now, I have not finished either of those games. Why? I don't know, because I actually really enjoyed both of those games when I played them. I just haven't finished them for some reason, and I'm not really sure why. But yeah, I'll probably go back to that after finishing Pyre. That being said, my original plan was to play a little bit of it, and then record some of it for you, for all of you to see. I got carried away, and I'm almost at the end of the game now, so that kind of went out the window. That being said, I'll probably start a new game to show you guys what it's like, because I really, really like the game. It's really good, the art's super cool, the art style's super cool. I thought I was going to get bored of the style, or no, I guess the style of the, no, the style's not the right word. Style isn't the right word. What is the word I'm looking for? Not feel of the game either. Though, so basically, and this isn't a spoiler because it's something that you see in the trailers and whatnot. But basically the game part of the game is based around this 3v3, kind of almost like a sport, but not really. It's a very ceremonial thing that they do, and basically your goal is to douse the other team's pyre, right? Which is where the the name of the game comes from. Or I guess the other way around. The game is named like the pyre, and it's really interesting because I thought that I was going to get kind of not bored, but I thought it was going to get really repetitive, having to do it over and over and over and over. And it hasn't. And I've played quite a few. Like, I think I played quite a few. Like, you played quite a few. They're called rights. So each of the matches, quote unquote, is called a right. Because again, it's a very ceremonial kind of thing. And it's not just like, hey, we're doing this for fun. You're doing this for a reason. And I think the lore behind it all is very interesting to me. I very much appreciate the fact that it is fleshed out a fair bit. Excuse me. And it's been a really fun game, and I haven't gotten super bored of it. The difficulty does kind of jump up a little bit after a while, which is fine. Like, I like that. I like the challenge. I got to the point where I've gotten a little frustrated, but I said, I can do this. I know I can do this because I just have to get a little risky. That's the other thing, is you can't play, I guess you can. I don't play a super safe game. I usually play kind of risky when I play. Why? I don't know. I found that it kind of tends to work a little bit better for me, just the way that I play, I guess. But you can really adapt the way that you play to how you want to do the rights, which I think it's really cool. It's not like this is the only way you can do it. It's like, no, you can kind of, it's in that sense, it's kind of almost, it's like a pseudo RPG system, because there's, as you complete more rights, the individuals that get, or that are part of the rights, get to kind of, they level up, they gain experience. It's called enlightenment in this game. But they gain experience, and as you do that, you rank up, and when you rank up enough, or when you hit a new rank, you get to choose another mastery, which is essentially like it's like a buffed skill, essentially. And I think that that's really cool. Like, I thought that it was cool, and it was really well done, and it's that, again, it's that like pseudo RPG feel, and I kind of like that. It's interesting, and it allows you to kind of customize, even just with the characters that you're given to play with, you get to customize a little bit more, and I think that that's really cool. I kind of appreciate stuff like that in games. But yeah, it's been great. It's been a really good game. It's taken a couple of turns that I wasn't expecting in terms of the narrative. Nothing like, I guess nothing was really, words, Jayla. I can do words, I promise. Nothing was really just like mind-shattering, like, oh god, what, kind of thing. It was more just like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming, I didn't think about that. Which I appreciate. I do like kind of mind-blowing reveals as much as like the next person does, but I also kind of like the more subtle ones as well. I will say that I do enjoy some of the more subtle plot twist kind of reveal sort of situations. And I guess even then it's not really a plot twist so much as like it's been always there, it's just kind of now being explicitly said. And I like that. I can appreciate that sort of stuff. But yeah, I guess spoilers for Pyre, because there's some things that I really want to talk about that probably... No, you know what, I'll save it for when I'm playing, because at least then I can be like, hey, this video is about Pyre, I'm probably going to talk about other stuff that happens later in the game. Yeah, so it's probably a better idea. That being said, Pyre's a really great game. I've got really emotionally invested in these characters, and it's kind of dangerous, which is fine. But yeah, let's see, what else is there? What else have I been playing? There's a couple of other things I've been playing a lot of, now I can't think of them. This is upsetting. I mean, I have been playing a lot more Crypt of the NecroDancer recently again. I realize I've kind of go through phases with this game where I almost obsessively play it and then take a break from it for a while and then come back to it, and it's a nice relationship to have with a game, knowing that I can very easily come back to it. It's not like story-heavy games where you come back after not playing for a while and you're like, holy shit, what's happening? That's always very scary. That's definitely happened a couple of times in multiple games, which definitely has totally not led to me starting over. I definitely started over a couple of games because I've spent too long, or I'd taken too long of a break from them, which is upsetting when you're a bit further into a game, but At that point, I probably would have pushed through if I was that far into the game, but it's fine. But yeah, so Crypt of the NecroDancer I've been playing playing a bit more of recently. There's other stuff I've been playing now, I just can't think of any of it, and I'm really upset, because I should be able to think of these things off the top of my head, but I can't for some reason. I don't know, I mean, for the past couple of days since Pyre came out, that's really what I've been playing. Oh, I was playing, Night in the Woods for a while as well. I had finished up my second run because I hadn't finished it when I was at school. Stuff like that. Oh, I played Dead Cells for a bit as well. I got decent. I've gotten a bit better at Dead Cells, actually. I'm really proud of myself. Like, I took a step away from it for a while, and I got better at it. I was real proud. I was real proud. Oh, I've started replaying Oxenfree, because, I mean, you guys know that Jess and I recorded it for the channel, but we played it on her computer, which means that I haven't actually played it on my computer yet. Which is important because there was new things that were kind of released into the game, that were added into the game that require you to have played the game through first. I mean, spoilers if you haven't played Oxenfree or haven't seen us play it, or anyone play it in general, but with the premise of the game where there are the spirits of, I'm not gonna get into this again, but the way that they say Kanaloa in the game kills me every single time, and I'm just like, guys, please chill. Oh my god. It's fine. But the crew members, the people that died, their spirits, Alex is kept. I don't know if everybody's kind of taken over, question mark, or kept on the island in that sense, but at the very least Alex is, because you see at the end of the game that you go into a loop. Which is kind of terrifying. But apparently there's a way to break out of the loop now, or there's several ways you can potentially break out of the loop now, which is why I wanted to replay the game and actually play through the bits where you can, you know, get out of the loop. I want to see what that's like. Also, I wanted to be able to actually look for all of the letters and things with Jess, which Jess and I didn't do for, you know, time reasons. We didn't want to spend ages and ages and ages hunting and going for letters, and it was really late for us, and we were both getting a little frustrated with some of the backtracking we had to do, and Jess very graciously humored me in looking for some of the things and not necessarily always finding stuff. So yeah, I wanted to be able to go back and kind of go through all of that myself as well. And you know, achievements, right? Why not? It's fine. But yeah, so that's another thing I've been replaying. Yeah, because I started over. I haven't finished it yet because I kind of got distracted. I also started playing a little bit of Subnautica, and if Abby is watching this, hey Abby, I started playing Subnautica a little bit. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing something. I'm really scared that I'm gonna run out of food and water, but that's fine. But it's really pretty, actually. I don't know why, but for some reason I wasn't expecting Subnautica to be this super, super pretty game. And before anybody says anything, I actually haven't seen anybody play it. I've purposely been staying away from it because I know that there are... Abby has told me that there are some things that it would be better if I just experienced them on my own, not having seen it in anybody's videos, not having anybody tell me about it. So I've been very adamantly staying away from those sorts of things. Out, like, any videos on, like, that people have done for Subnautica. And I've actually done really well for it, because I didn't know what the game itself actually looked like, which is pretty impressive. Except for, you know, the trailer, but even then, like, that's different than playing the actual game. That's the only way to explain it. But, yeah, no, it's it's been interesting so far, and I think it'll be a game I think that I really enjoy once I've started playing more of it as well. I'm still in that very early kind of like, hey, resources, help, need more kind of stage, which is always a little terrifying when you're playing survival sorts of games. But no, I think it's a good game. I've been enjoying it so far. I will probably play more of it once I've gotten through a playthrough of Pyre. Holy shit, I've almost played 13 hours of Pyre, and it's been out for what, 2 days? Not even 2 full days yet. Well, I haven't had it for 2 full days yet. I haven't played it for 2 full days, I should say. So hey, Pyre's a real good game. I'm not the greatest at like the rights and stuff, but it's a real good game. I very much if you like Transistor and Bastion, I think that you would really enjoy Pyre. So that's my suggestion to you, I guess, for the summer. I don't know. It's really weird. I didn't come here to kind of yeah, I didn't come here to you know, like advertise any games, quote unquote, or recommend any games. But yeah, that's a thing. It's real good. That being said, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of things I could talk about, but I feel like I should keep it related to video games. I guess I don't have to. Well, okay. Crypt the NecroDancer. Let me come back to it really quickly, because as you can see, I have made it to fight to the NecroDancer himself with Cadence and her father. Hey, spoilers, by the way, for the game, if you really care. Your father was also captured and shit, and it's weird. But yeah, we're trying to blow up the stage and get the golden loot and shit like that. But it's fine. But yeah, it's... Oh, that's what I was gonna say, sorry. The DLC added a new, boss. 2 new bosses, actually. I forget. Oh god, I forget. I think one of them is called Frankenstein Way or something. So, you know, music puns. But then there's also the Conductor, and holy shit, I have not yet no, I did beat the Conductor. I beat the Conductor once. The Conductor, I think, can only be triggered with Nocturna, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's part of her story. She also has story cutscenes now. Sorry, by the way, that I ended up skipping the later cutscenes for this one. For Cadence. I meant to let them play after, like, because you saw I let the first one play, and then I kind of accidentally skipped through the second one, and I said, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna skip through all of them at this point. Also because it would have made the video even longer, and I didn't want to do that, because I knew I was going to be talking over this, and I was worried it was going to get really long and boring. By the way, if you stuck through this far, good job. I give you kudos, and thank you for doing that. Thank you for listening to me just ramble about shit for, I don't even know how long this video is. But yeah, look guys, I did it! But yeah, the Conductor's a new boss for Nocturna, and that was really cool. So yeah, I did it, guys, look! I did it! Are you proud of me? Look, there's the credits, and you see my shitty score. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna show you something, because, like, when I did this, the leaderboards had just turned over, and I will never be this high on the leaderboards again. So I'm gonna savor that. Look at that, I was second on the leaderboards because it had just turned over. So yeah, that's my win for the day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Hope you've enjoyed this. That was really out of order, but yeah, bye!